When I first launched my Google Ads campaign for getting leads, I spent around $500. And then guess what? Nothing happened. Painful? Yes, it was very painful for me. And I'm assuming you're having the same problem. So, we're going to have a conversation today to make sure you get the most results from your Google Ads campaign. We're going to have a conversation about lead generation through Google Ads. So Google Ads is a cornerstone of the internet. All of us around Google, we are searching for products, we're searching for services, we're looking for solutions to our problems. Yes, we have ChatGPT, yes, we have AI mode, but at the end of the day, when you're looking for a plumber, you're looking for a lawyer, when you're looking for shoes, you don't go to ChatGPT, you don't go to any AI services, you go to Google to see where you can get the best deal for your goods and for any service you're looking for. So Google is the best place to place your ads for your website and to get clients, because that is where everybody is. It is said 70% of the search right now, 70% of the internet is on Google, and a good number of it is on search. So that's where you're gonna be putting your ads for your clients. So with that, let's get started. Let's start with the definition of what a lead is. A lead is a potential for a sale. This is somebody who is in touch, who is in touch with your business and is looking for your products and services. So what you're looking for are not just any types of leads. You're looking for hot, qualified leads who are more than willing to buy your product, in that they have the budget, they have the need, and they have the urgency for your solutions. So there are good quality leads, there are bad quality leads, but we're talking about in this video is using Google Ads to skyrocket your sales by getting good quality leads. So you should know that from past data and from past analytics, it said from a good quality lead to a potential client, it's between 10 to 30%, depending on how you've qualified them to become an actual client. And then from getting leads from Google Ads, it's normally around also 5%, 20%. So from initial click to a lead to a client, so from clicks to a lead, that is 5 to 20%, and then from lead to a client is 10 to 30%. If everything is done well, if everything is automated well. So the primary function of Google Ads in this scenario is getting for you top quality leads who will eventually end up being clients for your business. When you're looking for leads, you're going to look at two different kinds of campaigns. You're going to look at search ads and you're going to look at call only ads. And then maybe in the end, you look at performance max campaign, which is acronymed as PMax campaign. Why are we looking at search ads? Search ads are the ones that give you the best in terms of results. The reason for this is search ads really work because they give you get to know the intention of what the person is looking for. Using your keyword, using the search term, you get to find out what exactly this person is looking for, what is mind frame, and where he is. Somebody is looking for a product, let's say a phone. Somebody wants to buy a phone, right? So they look for buy smartphone, right? That's a very generic term. But somebody who's on top of the buying cycle is not really ready to buy. But if the same individual is very, very keen on buying, they'll type a model, the model type, and very specific things like, for example, Galaxy S25 Ultra cost. This is somebody who is really, really ready, really, really willing to find out to buy a phone. And through search, you get to see the intent and see how more inclined they are to buy from you. Call only campaigns work for businesses that are looking for calls, and these campaigns only work well, or rather only work on businesses that the only mode or preferred form of interaction is through phones. We can talk about ordering in, you can talk about services where you just need somebody to call your business, like for example also support, or where you don't need to go to a business physically, or you don't have to interact with the people in person. So this will work well with call only campaigns. Lastly, I want to mention the PMAX campaign, the Performance Max. Performance Max campaigns are really good when you have a great number of, a lot of data, you have a lot of information. They work because you included your CRM with the Google Ads, and on top of that, you've been getting a ton of leads, a lot of conversions to actual sales, and you've given Google a lot of information, and Google has a good set of data to go like, okay, leave this to us, we'll get you solutions. You're wondering whether your keywords are right, you're wondering how your campaign setup is. So let's have a conversation about that. When it comes to keywords, there are very many tools to help you search for the right keywords, but personally, I prefer the free tool, the tool that is trusted and is best. I prefer using the Google Ads Planner. It comes with Google Ads, and it's very comprehensive, and to be honest, nobody has more data than Google. So if Google says this keyword is good for your business, and if you feel it's from the searches, from the search results, or from the keyword data, like this is good for me, then Google is good for you. There are other tools like Keyword Finder or Mangots, SMrush, which also it's good. Yes, I won't throw any shade, but I prefer using Google the keywords. So the function of the keywords, you're looking for words that are looking for the services you provide or the products that you sell. You're not looking for keywords for your business, because unless you're really well known or a bigger brand where you feel people could be searching for your name, you can use your name in the keywords. But for example, if you're a shop that sells phones, I'm going to go back to the phone example, I don't know why, but it's the top of my head. You're going to look for keywords that are like buy phone, buy Samsung, buy iPhone, buy Android, or buy Chinese phones. Those are the keywords you're looking for. And this can be helped to be found in the keyword planner, the Google Keyword Planner. So you should also, when it comes to the keywords, like I mentioned earlier, there are high intent keywords and low intent keywords. It's advisable to use a mix of both, but if you're on a limited budget, I would advise you to go with the high intent keywords to save as much as possible. In your Google campaign, you'll have ad groups, and ad groups will help you select what kind of users you're looking for. There are around 7 or 6 ad groups, types of ad groups that I suggest that you follow. There is a general ad group, there is an intent ad group, location ad group, there is a near me ad group, there is cost ad group, service-based ad group, and lastly, branded keyword campaign. From the top, we'll start with a general ad group. This is where you have general keywords, something that's around your business, like for example, buy phone, or buy Android, or buy iPhone, iOS or Android. This is somebody who is top of the keyword funnel, top of the sales. That is not yet sure about the problem. They're not ready to solve the problem, so they're up here. They're going to use general keywords for that. So there's not explicit commercial intent. And then the next type of ad group that I normally put in my campaigns is intent ad group. These are keywords that show intent, that somebody is ready, they know their problem, they have the budget, and they are they're looking for the right solution for them. So this one, you go for using the phone example, you'll go for when they're looking for specific devices like the Ultra series for the Samsungs, or like the Pro series for the iPhones, or whichever brands Oppo sells, or Huawei, whatever, just specific brands. And also, another ad group is a location-based ad group. Like for example, when you're buying, these are ad groups that are linked to your location, or you choose to link them to your location. Like for example, phones in London, or phones in where, or an iPhone shop in this place, iPhone shop in New York, iPhone shop in Middlesbrough. From there you can see somebody who's close by. It's also very high intent, because if somebody is looking for a phone shop near them or in a certain location, that means that they want to buy. Also close to location is near me ad groups, that somebody goes like a phone shop near me, buy phones near me, or a phone that's keywords that leads to that just share how close the person is. And then Another good ad group is a cost-based ad group where you say you include the price with the keywords like phone phone worth $500 or phone for $1,000 or less, or phones for $500 or less. This shows clear intent. This is somebody who has clearly evaluated what he's looking for, and he has figured out his budget, and they're ready to buy. We talk about branded keywords for your brand. Like if you're gonna use your name as a keyword to avoid people taking traffic away from you by searching for your name. And also, cheekily, you can have campaigns for your competitors. If somebody's looking for your competition, they land on your ads and on your website. Is your ad copy working for you? Is your landing page working for you? Well, I'm going to help you answer those questions with these few tips that I have for you. So ad copy relevance is very, very important. There should be a very tight match between the keywords, the search term, the ad copy you say, and to the website, the landing page. So let's just talk about the ad copy right now. You have to ensure that your ads are very specific to the service you offer, which link to the keywords being used. You don't want to have a mismatch where you have this keyword versus a wrong ad copy, and people might click by accident because or may feel like what you're selling is what they're looking for, but when they realize it's not there, that ends up in wasted clicks, and wasted clicks lens is a clear direction of wasted money. So you want to be very precise, you want to be very accurate to make sure that there's a cool mismatch. So the first thing to do, write amazing ads. These days, because of AI, you can get very many options. Then on top of that, Google itself has its own version of AI that helps you comes up with ad copy. They scan your website, they scan the keywords you're looking for, and then they give you options and even variations of various headlines you can use. In your ad copy, always start with your main offer or your call to action. Like for example, talk about features that your product or service can do. Going back to the phone example, you can say the Ultra phone series have the best camera. You can say the iPhone has the long-lasting battery. Those are features that you'd use, or so that people can understand. You can also have a call to action that says a free estimate or free trial or trade-ins. Then you also you could consider adding your business logo. You can consider adding your name of your business so that guys know who you are. Add items like site links. Site links are links to various parts of your website, which can be your about us page, can be your contact us page, can be the actual product page. The reasons for having site links is to provide extra information to the user or the consumer. The reason for having them also is to make your ads bigger. In addition to site links, you can have callouts. Callouts can say stuff about. Callouts can talk about features. They can talk about specs. They can talk about benefits of the product or services. So back to the phone example, callouts would be 200 megapixel camera, 5,000 milliamp battery, Gorilla Glass, all that stuff about the device you're selling, all the services you're providing. Talking about the landing page, you have to think about three things. Simplicity, number one, is always top of their mind. Number two, customization, always try and make it more custom or easy for people to use. And then lastly, A/B testing. So when it comes to simplicity, your keywords, your ads, and your landing page should match. So when somebody is moving from one to the next, it's same thoughts. They're not thinking about anything. What they clicked on is what they're expecting. So if you're gonna sell this phone, or your ad talks about this phone, you should go to the landing page or the website where it shows that phone prominently, or it's exactly what they're looking for. So when it's simple, they're able to perform the desired action. If it's a phone business, they're actually able to buy or order the phone from you. There should not be too much jargon or complications, or sometimes we get caught up with adding flashy stuff on the website to make it look pretty, but at the same time it distracts and takes away from the experience. When I talk about customization, there are times where you have different keywords, and they shouldn't be going to the same landing page. They should have different landing pages, or if you're good at programming or any form of or Java, you can have the page match the keyword. The header for the keyword for the landing page can match the keywords for the Google Ads, which makes it more dynamic and more challenging and better matching. A/B testing is really good if you have a bigger budget, or if you have more time to see which landing page works versus this landing page works versus the other one, where you get to change different items, or which you'll do one at a time. Like you can change the headlines for the landing page, or you can change the colors of the landing page. You can change the call to actions to see which is working, and all this work in tandem to give you a better results and give you better leads. Is your bidding strategy working for you? Well, if it's not, take a few tips from me. How I do my bidding, the keywords bidding, the cost per click bidding. I do it in 3 phases, a 3-step process. I normally start with manual CPC. Why do I do manual CPC? The reason I start with manual CPC is because I'm able to control how much I'm willing to spend on the cost per click. So I normally start on a very low bids to see what Google Ads would give and what solutions I'm going to get from there. Like if instead of paying $2 for a click, I go as low as 0.5 also, or 50 cents. But this basically depends, or is determined by the industry, market location, all that stuff. But basically I normally go as low as possible. And when I go as low as possible, this ensures I get as many clicks as possible with a smaller budget or a limited budget. And then I'm able to see how many clicks I'm getting at a good price, and at the same time how many conversions I'm getting with the same budget. If I'm getting low conversions or no searches, I will increase my actual CPC bid to higher to match what the competition is doing, to match what Google is saying, to get the results. And then that goes to phase 2, which is maximizing on conversions. If I have a good amount of data, I have a couple of conversions, let's say 20 to 30 conversions, I know how much I'm willing to pay or what results I'm getting. So I can tell Google, now let's switch from manual CPC to maximize conversions. Since the data is already there, I can move my budget, my cost per click, or my bids to maximize conversion. I give it a figure that I'm willing to spend to get as many conversions, and Google will try and match what I'm trying to do. Also, another version of maximizing conversion is target CPA. Like if I know it takes me $10 to get a conversion, like I spend $10 to get one conversion or $20 to get one conversion, my target CPA could be either 10 to get the same conversion. I can increase it to 20 to get more conversions, or I can reduce it. Because now Google already has the data, Google has all the information I'm looking for. So we normally work with that data, and then we choose the right cost per conversion, my target CPA, and then to make it work for, or make it successful for the ads campaign. Then lastly is integrating again a performance max or PMax. If I have a good amount of data, if I have a ton of data, if I have a ton of conversions, I have a ton of leads through the Google Ads system, I let the PMax campaign take over, where it'll put the ads on various platforms, but also will try and minimize or reduce how much I'm paying per conversion, because it knows exactly what I'm looking for, the type of user, and then I get my clicks. Are you tracking your conversions? You don't know if you're doing a good job unless you're tracking. Another thing is Google needs information. Google needs to know the people they're sending to you are good. It might send you good people, it might send you bad people, but without information, it's not able to filter out who are the good people and who are the bad people. So how do you help Google track this? By having conversion tracking on your website. So you can use the Google Tag Manager or Google Analytics, where it'll guide Google Ads to see what guys are doing on your website, whether they bounced, whether they moved from one page to the next, or they actually converted. Secondly, using analytics, you can track downloads, you can track form fills, you can track button clicks. Tell Google that yes, this when this click this button, this is a good lead. When they click this button, this is a sale. When I click this button, this has happened. That's a form of conversion. Also, on your website, you'd have forms for your lead forms. You can have thank you pages to tell Google when somebody reaches this page, that means they have converted. They are a lead to the business. In terms of call tracking, you can use also tagging software from Google Tag Manager or Google Analytics to see when they click the call button, and this can be a lead. You can collect your leads directly from Google Ads. Google introduced Google Lead Forms some time back in the past. And instead of somebody going to your website to fill in the details by giving their phone, email, and name, they can just do it on their Google Ads. But it has been shown not to be as good because their leads are not as good as when they come to your website. Because when somebody comes to your website and fills the information, that is a very, very good lead. And that's somebody who's very interested in your product or services. And then, even though you're getting leads on your website, you can find ways of filtering your leads to ensure you are getting a good quality leads. Filtering by having longer forms, by having better qualifying questions, or make it a 3 or 4 step process for them to become a lead or fill in the form. So if somebody goes through the 3 or 4 steps, they go like, yes, this is somewhere we work. We want it in our business. This is somebody who's very high intent and somebody who has shown they need what you're selling. In terms of tracking to see how well you're doing, you can also you need to look at your search terms report to see if you're getting good searches, if you're getting bad searches. You can see if you can add keywords to your ad groups or add negative keywords if you're appearing on the wrong searches. You can always test your ads, A/B test your ads, always A/B test your landing pages or your website to see if you're doing well. Budget management is also very important in terms of tracking performance. Are you spending too much? Are you spending too little? What parameters do you have? What flexibility is there? Can you give Google, or can you take it from Google Ads to see if you're profitable? Because at the end of the day, you're doing this to make money. I hope these points have been good for you. I have other videos on Google Ads on this side, so I look forward to seeing you on that end. And with that, I will say goodbye and get out of here.